Hello and welcome back to Around the Panel TV, where I'll be highlighting the new and interesting movies and shows I've discovered and then sharing my cornucopia of knowledge with you, mispronouncing actors' names along the way. In this video, we're going to highlight some of the more interesting shows that will be available on Netflix this November. Hey, it's November already. It is mashed full and stuffed with steaming entertainment you can be thankful for. First, let's do a quick run through of what's old, but now new again, available on Netflix this month. First, let's start off with 21 Jump Street from 2012. Jonah Hill and Channing Tatum star in this reboot about a pair of cops sent back to high school to bring down a drug ring. Actually, I was surprised how good this movie was. Thoroughly enjoyed it. Sequel, not so good, but this one, the original, pretty good, and I would say check that out. Next we have A River Runs Through It from 1992. Directed by Robert Redford. This is a drama about two sons of a stern minister growing up in the 1920s Montana. Doesn't sound that exciting, but actually it's very well made, very good. It stars Brad Pitt and Tom Skerritt. Also, double feature for Brad Pitt is Moneyball 2011. And actually it's a double feature for Jonah Hill, who also stars in this movie. Brad Pitt plays Billy Beane in this sports biopic. For those who don't know, he was the Oakland A's general manager back in the day. He successfully attempts to assemble a baseball team based on a lean budget, but also employing computer-generated analysis to acquire new players. Billy Beane was the first to embrace sabermetrics, and he also wrote a famous book on it with the same title. So that's Moneyball. Next we have Stripes, all the way back to 1981. So military life comedy starring Bill Murray. So he loses his job, loses his girlfriend, and his plants are going to die. So it must be time to join the army. The third act is a mess, but there's a lot to love and enjoy in this movie. Directed by Ivan Reitman, and also stars Harold Ramis, John Candy, Sean Young, and PJ Soles, and that's Stripes. Okay, so lastly we have Snakes on a Plane from 2006. This Samuel L. Jackson cult classic where MFing snakes are indeed on a plane. So check this out, Snakes on a Plane, just silly fun on Netflix this month. Okay, let's go to the new stuff now on Netflix this month that's coming out. On the 3rd, we have The Harder They Fall. This is a very anticipated movie, this new Western with a huge ensemble cast. We follow an outlaw saddling up and out for revenge. This isn't your classic Western. When an outlaw discovers his enemy is being released from prison, he unites his gang to seek out revenge. Check out Jonathan Majors, Idris Elba, Zazie Beetz, Regina King, Delroy Lindo, and a ton more in this action-packed thrill ride that injects new blood into the Old West. Next, on the 4th, we have Catching Killers, Season 1. This is an investigative docuseries where top investigators reveal their most harrowing stories behind infamous serial killer cases with chilling details of their extraordinary efforts in this true crime series. So catch that on the 4th, Catching Killers, Season 1. Next, we have a rom-com called Love Hard on the 5th. An unlucky in-love LA girl, played by Nina Dobrev, falls for a rugged East Coast guy, Darren Barnett, on a dating app and decides to surprise him for the holidays, only to discover that she's been catfished by his childhood friend, played by Jimmy O. Yang. So that's Love Hard on the 5th. Next, on the 6th, we have Arcane Season 1. This is a brand new animated series based within the game world of League of Legends. It is set in utopian Piltover and oppressed underground of Zon. I'm sure I'm butchering those. The story follows the origins of two iconic league champions and the power that will tear them apart. The first 3 episodes arrive supposedly at 7 p.m. on the 6th, so that's Arcane Season 1. Next, on the 7th, we have Father Christmas is Back. So 4 feuding sisters get a crash course in family togetherness when their long-lost father shows up for Christmas at their ancestral manor. So the sisters have reunited for the Christmas holiday in a Yorkshire mansion. Some misunderstandings start to uncover the long-buried secret that tore their family apart so many years ago. This stars Elizabeth Curley, Kelsey Grammer, and John Cleese. Now next, on the 11th, we get another Netflix big holiday movie called A Boy Called Christmas. It's the story of an ordinary young boy called Nicholas who sets out on an extraordinary venture into the snowy north in search of his father, who is on a quest to discover the fabled village of the elves, taking with him a headstrong reindeer named Blitzen and a loyal pet mouse. Nicholas soon meets his destiny in this magical, comic, and endearing story that proves nothing is impossible. And that's A Boy Called Christmas on Netflix on the 11th. So I guess we're skipping Thanksgiving this year, going straight to Christmas. On the 12th, we get Red Notice. An Interpol-issued Red Notice is a global alert to hunt and capture the world's most wanted. But when a daring heist brings together the FBI's top profiler, Dwayne Johnson, and two rival criminals, Gail Gadot and Ryan Reynolds, there's no telling what will happen. Now, I wouldn't take this film too seriously and just sit back and enjoy the ride with these overly attractive people in Red Notice. Remember that crazy documentary from the beginning of the pandemic that I have refused to watch? Remember how everyone just talked about the crazy people and not probably the mistreated animals? Well, it's back and promises even more craziness from the world of Joe Exotic. We get Tiger King Season 2 on the 17th. I'm not judging, but you are on your own for this one. On the 18th, we get The Princess Switch 3, Romancing the Star. This stars Vanessa Hudgens, who plays three characters in this third entry in Netflix's holiday franchise. I missed the other two, I'm sorry. It would be Christmas without a Switch or 3. When a princess relic is stolen, Queen Margaret and Princess Stacy enlist the help of Margaret's audacious look-alike cousin, Fiona, who teams with a dashing, mysterious man from her past to retrieve it, rekindling the sparks of a tantalizing Christmas romance and resulting in a very unexpected switch. So that's the Princess Switch 3. Now this next one coming out on the 19th is probably a pretty big one for you anime fans, and that's Cowboy Bebop Season 1 on the 19th. This huge new live-action adaptation of the hit anime series about a crew of bounty hunters looking for the world's most dangerous criminals. Cowboy Bebop is an action-packed space western about three bounty hunters, also known as cowboys, all trying to outrun the past. As different as they are deadly, Spike Spiegel, played by John Cho, Jet Black, played by Mustafa Shakir, and Faye Valentine, played by Danielle Pineda, form a scrappy, snarky crew ready to hunt down the solar system's most dangerous criminals for the right price. But they can only kip and quip their way out of so many scuffles before their past finally catch up with them, and that's Cowboy Bebop. Now this next one probably should have came out before Halloween, but it's coming out on the 19th, and that's Hellbound Season 1. This is a new Korean supernatural series, which could be the next Squid Game, about people who learn about when they're going to die and are subsequently hunted by death angels. Yeah. A few people start becoming suspicious of the whole thing and begin investigating all these mysterious events. Is it murder or divine judgment? So that's Hellbound on the 19th from Korea. So finally, just in time for Thanksgiving, we get Halle Berry. She stars in and directs Bruised. In this sports drama, she plays a disgraced MMA fighter who is on the cusp of getting her life back on track. So she is a mixed martial arts fighter who leaves the sport in disgrace. Down on her luck and simmering with rage and regret years after her last fight, she's coaxed into a brutal underground fight by her manager and boyfriend, Desi. This fight grabs the attention of Fight League's promoter, who promises Jackie life back in the octagon. But the road to redemption becomes unexpectedly personal when Manny, the son she gave up as an infant, shows up at her doorstep. So Bruised marks the directorial debut of Academy Award winner Halle Berry, and it's out on the 24th on Netflix. And that's it for Netflix in November. Thanks for watching On the Palette TV. Please leave a comment and subscribe, and I'll see you next time. Thanks.